Wrong video. Hey, welcome back, guys. Hey, Snaky, good to see you, dude. You gonna play some Core Keeper with us in a couple hours? That'd be nice. Whoa, it's time. Welcome back to the most beautiful city on Twitch. I am Mico. Hey, we've got today. I didn't do any reading like I wanted to, but I do want to take a look at how we can maybe get a second freight company set up. Or freight. What? Wow. You can't just foobot like that. So we've got a... Let me go ahead and turn the day-night cycle. It should be on. I'm pretty sure we didn't freeze it at nighttime. Is there a way to set the time? Because I would figure clicking that button would be the way to do it. The one right behind the camera, but it doesn't actually set the time. There we go. Hey, Silver, good to see you, man. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that, man. 4 months. Look at that. It's actually only up to 3 out of 3. I owe you a spin today. It's too late now. We'll have to do it at the end. I forgot. See? I fucking forget. Okay, listen. I'm thinking about setting up a second freight line because it just makes sense to us that we're able to get all of this traffic to go to... Maybe that's what this is. We have this come down to the ground real quick, and we set up a enter there, come here to the front service center. So we have an option for the freight trains to come through as well. If this were a 2-lane, we could have it split out and go down and then come back up. I think that may be the way we do it. We still have this as sort of a bypass lane. Yeah, we want to bypass. We need a bypass for this station up here as well. As you can see, the one line that goes through has to come through here. I'm going to set up a bypass lane or rail that we could just go right by it if we don't want to stop here. This can't block traffic at that point. So let's go ahead and get that set up. All right. We also need to improve the quality of life over here for these guys. I don't hate the idea that these guys have nice parks. I'm not opposed to it. I don't want this to be an awful place to live. I just don't want it to be a wealthy place to live. But the property value going up is not necessarily good. They may start expecting things like quality of life. We don't want to do that. So what we're going to do instead is give them a train line. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see, Metro train. Here we go. And this is just going to be a bypass lane. And it ain't pretty, but you know what? It is going to work. And for now, that's all we're looking for is just functionality. I don't like the way that that curves in like that, but I can't really change it. So we've got this set up where you can come in here. You got a bypass lane to go past it if you're just looking to come up to the freight area. But I also want the freight area because this is how you get out of here. We also need a bypass lane back here as well. If this means, oh, Jesus, that turn is ridiculous. Whatever, they'll take it. They'll have to. They don't have a choice. Oh, no. We probably want a bypass lane for this as well because as you can see, this train is getting stuck. Let's go ahead and have a bypass lane that comes out this way. And it can go into this, but it also can go... Yeah, I think at this point we have a lane that comes out and does this, starts going down. It needs to go down all the way to the ground. And then from there, it needs to connect to... So we have a bypass lane if needed now. It already has a bypass internally, but if there's a, like, it's already full and I really do just need to get past my dick, we can have a bypass lane. Like, at this point, this guy's stuck. I don't think these trains are stuck, but man, does this look like a backup. I have too many lines going this way. There we go. I think it'll be fine. With a mod, you can set the time, but I don't know if you can in base game. Yeah, I'm not thinking I can, and I want to get it to be closer to noon before I freeze time again, so I have daytime hours. Let's do a freight train over here. I want to do a freight train line over here because this is going to be close enough They'd have to go this way, but all of the freight that needs to come through here can go like this. It'd have to cross, though. That's the only problem. It's the only real place forward unless we do it up here, which we could. Directing all of our freight to and from this street actually makes a lot of sense. Ooh. Yeah, let's cut this. Just thinking about how it's going to plug into actual traffic, that's a nightmare. Like right here could be the freight line. We do a bypass in the back, but this is ultimately where the freight goes. It's just going to pull off of this. It's going to have a little service road that goes on the back here. It's going to be a little industrial 2-lane. That's it. It's going to be a one-way. It's going to be a one-way. Pretty sure. I think that's fine. And as long as we go in and we make sure that this doesn't end up having lights, we just want to have a stop sign there, and we don't want anything there at all. So you're able to get in either way that you want. You have to yield, but you should be able to do it. This is a very low traffic street, as you can see back here. This is a service road for the city. This traffic right here is very thin. This traffic over here, not so thin. We don't want to add traffic over here. So if we can have the in and out route for all the freight going up through here, that's more ideal. So then we put our train right over on this side. I think that's what we do. We put a freight line right there. And then from there, we've just got to get the rail to come in the right way. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, but that's what we're doing, I guess. Honestly, if we did that, that would feel good. Now we just need a bypass lane, which honestly could be this going over and coming across this. This can cut through, right? It can theoretically. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. And get rid of this. Let's have it cross, because I think that that's a cute idea. Cuter idea in my head than what we're seeing here. Hey, we already got up to the next level. Large tree sapling area, wood chip storage, forest maintenance building, which we should do. Soft paper factory, engineered wood plant. Interesting. We'll have to look at that. It's already level 4. Like, it's going rapidly. We should have water on this back road. We don't. We had prepped for it, but we didn't actually bring our water back here. Yeah, dude, Liquid, every time you talk about your city plans, it just sounds so interesting. It makes me want to, like, go try things and experiment, see what's possible. Every time you're like, yeah, one time I did this. It's like, oh, fuck, that's cool. I want to do that. There we go. My dig does need a bypass lane to function, though. Honestly, it's one hole for 3 different functions, and that's incredible. This isn't really a bypass lane, but if I added a loop that did that right there, make this a proper triangle, then yeah, it could be a bypass lane. But I kind of like the idea that there's this sort of jumble. This doesn't look like it was really planned, and I do like that. I do like that in this instance. We're going to have power line go across. Here we go. What? There we go. Perfect. Oh, Factorio is so good, Liquid. I've been playing a Crestorio run. My first time actually playing the mod pack. Yeah, Factorio is great, man. Factorio is fantastic. So we have a third freight company. I'm hoping that this freight ends up being used for forestry primarily, whereas this freight ends up being the coming into the city freight, and this is just an awful turn. This is just so bad. People will die on that fucking turn. That's much cleaner. Much cleaner. Okay, let me see if this junction changes because we have the train going across it, or if they just sort of auto-handle that. Okay, so we don't need a stop sign going across it, I think. I think we're fine. As long as, you know, you watch that the train isn't coming. Just be careful. Yeah, but it looks like the city's freight is going to prefer to come through here, which should add the congestion here and not here, because they're going to want to come in from the right side, which I think will bias them to come in this way, as opposed to going this way and doing a loop. Although coming in and doing a loop and then going back the same way is definitely something they could do. Yeah, there's our bypass rail working. This is at least adding up an option for the trains to progress normally, but it looks like the trains, if they do sync up like this, could be a nightmare. Hey, there's some freight. Let me just check on this train. San Vegas, load 7%. But you know what? Whatever they're doing, we can take a look honestly at our exports here. We have enough workers until the next thing, which is good. Let's go ahead and options, because it's getting to be about dusk. Let's go ahead and turn the day-night cycle off. I need to get a mode or a mod that lets me handle that. I'd love to see our bypass rails getting used. If I see them getting used, then I'm going to feel very, very good about our ability to negotiate that traffic. And speaking of traffic, I think we're just always going to have inbound traffic here, especially because they may not have rerouted themselves to realize this is a faster route for them. They may not see it that way. The number of passenger trains, I think, needs to be reduced, because we're seeing just too much traffic going through here. Let me take a look at my train routes. It's just a bit too much. Okay, so train line 4 is all the way up here. This is, okay, so this is... This is the lumberyard service line. It's 137 passengers. Is one of the most traveled, which makes a lot of sense. I think, honestly, this one can have 4, but the other lines, I think, can be reduced. This one's going to have how many cars? Just 1. Okay. How's this one? It's got 3. It only really needs, honestly, it needs 1 car. This guy has 1. I can't have fewer than 1, obviously. I don't want fewer than 1. I do want to get this set up, though. We're going to be level 5 here. It's just a matter of time until we hit level 5, but we've got these guys that can be put out. We got to put out some paper. Yeah, and I want to do my polluting stuff up here. We've got, let's see. We can do 4 of these, and then we end up needing 10 total of the paper factories. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a lot. 10 total paper factories to make use of that. Pellet factories. There's no pollution for this, though. They do 6,400. I may actually skip the biomass and do 5 of the engineered wood plants. I may bypass. The ratio is the same, except the ratio is half. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Let's see. 4. Must be placed roadside. Well, yeah, I'm trying, dude. Okay, there's 5. So let's get our water routed over here, because these should be able to process all the timber that comes from those. We're gonna add a couple yards right over here, maybe on the inside of this loop. Add a couple lumber yards. Add a large log yard. It won't fit here, but it will fit over on, let's say, this side. That's a good spot for it. Large lumber yard there to hold all the local wood. We should have a couple lumber yards over here. I'm pretty sure we do. This warehouse is full, but these guys are not emptying. They're not being able to. 7 freight trucks in use. Damn, dude. Yeah, we do have a lumber yard there and one here, and it's full. So we have a problem with the logistics. We have a big problem with logistics. I'm wondering if we get a highway connection up here, if they would prefer that, because this looks like forestry truck is not taking it here. He's not taking it there. So am I misunderstanding something here? Am I misunderstanding how the freight truck works? Because I figured they would prefer to deliver it to this, and it would go out on a train line. Do I need to add a train stop over here? So it's closer? Like, I could add a train stop right there for a freight train. I could just add a loop right on there. Somebody in chat who knows this game a little bit better than I do, because I don't know shit. If you happen to know, man. Your tick is not versatile enough unless you have more than 3 bypass lanes. All right, Tyvox. You're a man to be trusted. So what is this freight truck? What is this freight truck holding? Freight train. I have no idea. Here's another one. This thing seems full. This one seems full and it's making a delivery. And this is where a bunch of these trucks have come from. There we go. Ooh, that train stopping there can actually block traffic. Oh, that's rough. Oh, look at this. Okay. So we have some options here. If this were Factorio, what I would do is a parking lot right here. I would do a train multi-line parking lot. And I may attempt to do that here. Yeah, instead of them merging here, they're going to merge closer back here, right before the actual incline of the bridge. Yeah, sometimes it just takes a minute to update the routes. That I've seen so far, but still, this is a congestion that we can avoid. So let's consider this. If we start here and we pull this out. Well, regardless, I'm still seeing that a train that stops right there is blocking this traffic, which is a problem. This junction needs to be pulled further down, if nothing else. There's no way for a train that comes in from the right to then go up here to the top if it needs to. This guy's not taking the bypass rail because it doesn't need to. This freight train is... I just want to look at it for a minute. Headed to Rockwood. Hopefully it's taking some of our lumber. Oh boy, another freight train coming in. They also have a very long path to go to get there. Yeah, I agree. The tracks need to be moved in any case. Yeah, for sure. Not using bypass rail doesn't need to. This guy is stopping here, so that's why he waited. This guy's going through just fine. He's bypassing. Internally. This guy's bypassing is... Oh, he's stopping here. Never mind. Yeah, a parking lot over here would be good too. Just extra rails for them to sit on. We don't have any congestion right now, but if there's a confluence of these trains coming through, then yeah, that's going to be a nightmare. So let's go ahead and add our rail adjustments. Let's add our rail adjustments here because, like, we're going to need it. We already do. And then this guy can come out. The closest we're going to get to a parking lot, I feel. And then this can just become a merge right there. Or we just take out this crossing and we just let all three of these come together where there's a lot of space for them to fall back on. So we go ahead and get rid of this guy. And it ain't pretty, but this gives us a lot more room to be able to do what we need to do. And I can add a loop back here. I can try and do some kind of loop back like that. Where if you're coming from the right, but you want to go north, you can. After you've made this stop. And same, likewise, when you're going this way. I need to add a loop there as well. So we just need to make this junction a little bit more robust. Let's just see if that's possible. It's tight, but I'm sure that they'll be able to make that. And of course, it'll take them a minute to reroute, but... yeah, that would have been ideal right there. This makes this a third route that they can just go from right to left or left to right. Yeah, that's fine. That actually works out fairly well. All of our traffic so far, for the most part, has been going from right to left when it's gotten backed up. And if we have it back up here, then it won't be an issue for this lane. Yeah, that freight train comes through. Still got some freight on it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Transporting cargo to there. It's able to make that. Let's see how this is doing. Not backed up here. This is still an issue. We still have a nightmare scenario with how many buses we have over here, but there's so many people that need to be served. So far, that's working. I haven't seen them ever use the bypass rail, which, if you're just trying to get in here to actually stop, then that's fine. Which you are. That's the only reason in which you should do that. This guy bypassing. Yeah, they haven't needed the bypass route yet. But it's them needing the bypass route means this line has failed. So it's kind of like insurance. We don't want to need it, but it's there if we do end up needing it. I think we are seeing increased traffic on this road. We have targeted it specifically to have that commercial freight coming through here in order to get into Suffolk Tourism Center and Business Center. Nobody's visiting it. What? Why? So the train shouldn't be stuck. Honestly, getting this train off of here would be fine. I think with these two routes, these two lines are fine. We could even have this one connect back up here if we wanted to. Have it where you have two options to go through, create that parking lot, and get this off of this road. I kind of like the idea that we have the road that crosses and it's kind of inconvenient every now and then. I'm okay with that. I don't hate the idea that the train comes through and you've just got to stop for a second. The sad thing is all this timber is not being moved. Like, they're trying. God help them, they're trying. But, like, this guy is going to end up going onto the highway. He's going to drive all the way down this. He's going to drive over here somewhere. All the way through this. Like, we should see, if I'm right, then we should see, yeah, exporting forestry products over here. They're going through the toll road to get onto the highway through here. Which is ridiculous. They shouldn't be going on the highway. I want them to go through the freight train. Okay. Let me do some reading. How are we doing on money, by the way? I feel like we're going down still, but I'm also building a lot, so we'll see. Fucking flashbang. Jesus, did you guys see that? All right, let's go. Cities, Skylines, freight trains. Let's just go read. Go read this. Hey, good night, Murgo. Jesus, come on. Oh, fucking dark mode your website, please. God. Cargo train terminal has to be placed next to a road and have sufficient electricity and water going to it, but how you want to use your cargo network determines which zone you place your buildings in. External trade. If you're wanting to send your goods out of your city and get some back in return, you could place your cargo train terminal near your industrial zone. Goods made in the factories can be put on a train directly and sent off to the Neverland. What? That wasn't a guide at all. What the fuck? Place a cargo train terminal in every area you want the train to go. Yeah, I know. But selling the goods out, not so much. To and from the city by using train tracks. Yeah, why is my cargo train terminal not being used for export? You know what? What if I did this? Okay. What if I said this? You cannot take cargo tricks here. The only way to get them out is to go there. What if I made a little district that says no cargo train, no cargo truck traffic, no industrial traffic here? Like right here. Make this a district that is the on-ramp terrace, you know, something like this. What if we do through traffic policies? Let's try that. Let's do some experimentation and see if it works. Doesn't have to be the whole thing, really. Just a literal spot should work. There we go. Let's try that. One connection to the highway and one connection to a one-way loop for each type of zone. You forced all the traffic in the city to use the underground for every trip to test it. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, you really seem like a forest district. Okay. We're going to do some policies here. Let's get the vitals over here. Looking like sewage treatment might need some bumping. Garbage processing status is okay. Fire hazard's a little concerning. Elementary school availability is not great, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Okay, so we want over here. This is going to be city planning, I'm pretty sure. Heavy traffic ban? No heavy transport vehicles allowed. Does not affect highways. Let's try that. Let's try that. We're gonna take off the free public transport. But we're gonna say along this road, you are not allowed to. We're gonna say Willow Boulevard. This is the Willow Boulevard traffic zone is really what this is. This should force all of that traffic to go through the freight terminal and have no other option. They'll have to use the other one if they want to do something else. I sincerely believe this may be what forces them to, because this will be literally the only option they have is to go through the freight train. All these guys are empty. Okay, this guy's got plain... Okay, owner, warehouse yard, exporting plain timber products. So where's it going? So you're a garbage truck. And they are... Hello? Are they going to have to make a U-turn to get over here? Because I can edit this road to do more of this and then have that be a service road that goes either way. Yeah, it looks like they are using it now. They just have a hard time getting onto the right side of the road, which I think I can also fix that by having a... I think I'm going to move this road to do this. Yeah, they can't cross in the middle of the block, so I'd have to either create a crossing somehow. I could put some warehouses down here. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create an intersection here. Yeah, and I knew that was the issue, but I was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to fix it. Let's do an intersection right here that would allow them to cross from this side to be able to get in. This is just for warehouses down here, but this should allow them to cross now. This should be a break-in. Okay, and then this is also a loop if they need to, and they can just cross across. However they want to do it. Hoping... Yeah, they're still having to cross. Maybe this is too far down. So they're having to go here, then turn back into the intersection. This intersection might actually be a problem here. I think this intersection is actually a mistake. If we did an intersection right here, though, maybe? A little bit further to the right. Like right there might be good. Let's try it. Let's just experiment, y'all. There's really no reason not to try. Get a warehouse yard down here. Let's just see how this affects traffic. These guys may be doing a U-turn. Looks like they're not really trying to. They're willing to go... I think they're doing this to get onto the right side. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and that's what I was going to do if... Yeah, let's just do my original plan. My original plan was to... Let's pause. We're going to have this road continue off of that angle and connect like this. And then have a one-way that goes from here all the way across to connect to that. It'll be a two-lane one-way. That's the thinking, at least. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and fix the power lines that we fucked up. Don't try it if it's illegal, especially try it if it's illegal. Thank you, Fern. You got my back there. At least someone cares about me and my fun. There we go. I think this will work much better. Get the fuck back on the road, people. Back to work. They'll come around here. They'll have the opportunity to take a left into the one-way to make their delivery right there. I know you're talking about doing a dead end right there. Like this doesn't connect back. But let me try this for a second. Let me just see if this works. Because they are making that left, which is good. Let's just see this play out for a minute. Might make this a stop sign on this side and let these guys just yield to each other. No, it needs to be a light because we have a feeder connected to a feeder. Same with over here. So far, this is working well. Yeah, you were going to say, so you were saying draw a dead end that goes like, bam, just like that. And then it's just, they can U-turn on the end. Yeah, that's cool. They could go in, drive in, and then come back. That's not a bad idea. If we see issues with that, Liquid, I'll try that. If we see issues with this. But so far, this looks like it's working out well. And I think it looks pretty nice, too. But they are using their freight there, and we don't have very much traffic here at all. We need to make a district here for these people living. Bunch of crime over here. Yeah, that's one thing we don't have. There we go. Police station right at the entrance. Let's have another one back over here by the cemetery. There we go. Now, this stuff is expensive, but this industry should pay for itself. There we go. We could put a prison back here if we wanted to, but that's not really what these people are. They're not prisoners. Okay, let's see if we can upgrade the... If we can upgrade the quality of life here a little bit. Little bit of benefit here. A dog park. Everyone loves a fucking dog park. If not, they're assholes. Here we go. A parking garage makes a lot of sense to have out here. A mall parking garage? Let's add a parking garage. Just honestly, so I can say we've got one out here, because it makes sense if you don't have parking at your apartment, because this is all apartment space. They're going to need parking space. Let's have it on the back of this back here, right by the cemetery. Let's have a second one that's near the end. And maybe have one that's back over here if we could fit it between these two power lines. Because this is a little bit of a commercial zone right over here. That should be fun because it connects across here. I don't mind that it's dug in a little bit either. They drive at full speed if you do it. Oh, wow. Yeah, they just go fucking ramming in. Let's see if we've alleviated our issue over here at all. They're not quite full anymore. I feel like bigger storage yards are going to be important, though. We are well on our way to 5-star. 26,000. We have a profit of 20K down to 10. I want to take a look at this and see if we lose money here. Because I'm pretty sure we're making money. Let's go speed 3. Pretty sure we're making money with this. Plain timber is damn good. We're not outputting any raw forest products. It's all being converted to plain timber right now. Yeah, we're making good money. I think we're staying purely profitable the whole time. Squishy Chicken Farms is not staying profitable. We still need to change the name of this place. Increases upkeep, but increases capacity by 20%. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Upkeep 10, but capacity for 20, I think is going to be fine. We've lowered our profits a little bit, but we've increased our buffers by a lot, which is good. We definitely need more buffer. Because we still got more stuff that we could build, too. Like, we've still got over here that we could use. We've still got along here that we could use. There we go. I like the improved logistics. Hey, Sam. Welcome, dude. There we go. Yeah, this is looking good. They're using the freight yard. I couldn't be more happy with that. They're using it, and it looks like they're using it very effectively, too. It'd be nice if there was no through traffic that I could put on this road specifically. Only come here if you've got business with a freight train. Otherwise, just go around, idiot. But it doesn't look like they're even doing that for the most part. And if they are, they're using the second lane, so I suppose it's not even a problem. Yeah, this is just working well. Yeah, stay balanced. Stay balanced. Stay balanced. Try to empty this. They're not doing it. So our logistics aren't really keeping up, but man, they're trying their best. Bigger yards would have more trucks. More of, you know what? That's what we do. We just need more yards. Just need more freight yards. Not a log yard. We need it for the products, which is over here in warehouses. I think we need a large warehouse. I mean, like, we need a distribution center is what we need. If those are full, come over here to this distribution center that will try to kill you for using it. My dick. Just like my dick. Oh, no. Y'all have problems. What am I doing? We are working on our freight area because we wanted to make some more money for the city, and I wanted to set up a lumber yard for a long time. So that's what we're doing here. We've set up a big old lumber yard. My dick has a distribution center. It does. We've invested a lot of money. We've done our best to model ourselves after Amazon in every way other than the way they treat their customers and the way that they treat their employees. All right, so you are going to be for plain to timber. You're going to try and empty. This has how many trucks? 25. 25 trucks. So it's an additional 25 trucks. If these fill, it should go here, or it should go here basically, you know, as the main option. So what that also means is that we now have a big distribution center that's right down the street from these guys. These theoretically could come here, pick it up. Oh man, you know what? I should have put that back on a service road. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to push this back on a service road. The warehouse just shoo, all the way into the back. Yeah, I think a service road, a one-way service road. Yeah, I think that'll be important. It ain't pretty, but it's going to function, and that's really what we're looking for right now. And this can go down, actually, because we don't need it to be that high up anymore. It can keep the bridge, though. I think the bridge is pretty. There we go. Now let's bring this guy back. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring this up so we can actually get into it. Let's also bring this node up a little bit. It's going to want to be up. We might as well give them what they're looking for. Let's take a look at that angle. It's not terrible. It ain't great, though. I'd hate to have to drive that, but you know what? Fuck them. Not my problem. Let's also make it where there's just a stop sign coming out of it. That way they just yield. There we go. They're going to get wherever I put it, even if they have to drive through trees. That's what we've seen. That's what we've seen. Junctions. Let's take a look at this. Just put a stop sign there. They should be able to go here and turn this way to go straight down to... Oh, Jesus. I think it's working. The extra trucks... Seriously, this should be emptying. Water didn't quite reach it, so... There we go. Connected to water. Perfect. This guy's empty. This guy's almost empty now. Holy shit, nice. This guy's almost... The extra trucks here were it. Probably just adding 2 or 3 more of these would have been enough. Nice. Yeah, it's very nice to see that this stuff's being taken out. Man, we figured that out finally. And our money looks like it's staying pretty positive this whole time. Pretty significantly positive as well. Although we are selling a glut, so this is more money than we'd normally be making. But what we can say is that we can open up the next section of... We can invest in the next section. This is a bit of a traffic issue. This is becoming a bit of a traffic issue. Oh, there it is. Pulp mill, modular house factory. Yeah, see, that might be good. Large tree plantation. Let's do some modular house factory. Let's do that, dude. Where is that? Pulp mill. Engineered wood plant. It's probably over here in one of these specialized factories. Bakery. Printing press. Ah, nice. Lemonade factory. Clothing factory. Soft paper factory. Well, we don't have all the stuff that we need for that for sure. A food factory. Modular house factory needs a whole lot more than what we're doing here. Okay, I'd like to do some of these special factories, but at the same time, meh. We could do a bakery. Because we have access to crops, flour, and animal products. Are we doing we gonna add to the squishy chicken farm a little bit of ranching? I think that's what this space could be used for. Fuck it, we're doing it. There we go. Let's find a little ranch area. A flour mill, cattle shed. Let's add some cattle sheds. Milking parlor? Yes, that's it. Slaughterhouse is more units per week. Does add pollution, unfortunately, which you would expect. Add a little bit of pollution. Let's let's see. Per upkeep, the milking parlor is better, and I'd rather get milk than meat. Here we go. And it's going to pollute all of this, so we're just going to... We're going to add a few of these, knowing that it's going to pollute this area, but that's why we're putting it here and not elsewhere. I think 4. 4 is good. That way we don't hit the yeah, it needs crops into animal products. We should have plenty of crops. Oh, look at him back there. Good, because they're in this zone too. Their pollution's going to be reduced by like 40%. So it's a little bit unfortunate that we'll have a little bit of pollution, but what are you going to do? You can't be perfect. We could have put it up here with the rest of the stuff, but it'd be fine. It can all be good. This is looking good. So we've got some animal products in tow. They'll probably take this over here, and this freight train will probably head up north. Do you see that it came in here and then it went and did a U-turn? Right on this. Oh, look at that. Now this is going up north. Yeah, there may be some animal products getting dropped off here. Here we go. This is starting to get severely backed up to the point that I'm wondering if I do need to take this train line off here. They're preferring this first rail. Look at that U-turn they're able to do there. That's great. You know, if I brought this up and over, I would feel much better about it. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's bring this line up and over. We've edited these lines so many times. I know this is ridiculous and it probably would never be done IRL, but we're not necessarily playing what would be done IRL because we don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, dude. I'm guessing. If that wasn't already apparent. Oh, that's just the power line that needs to get done. The road is fine. There we go. That's going to be much better. It's not going to cut off the... it's not going to cut the people off. And I know exactly how to get that power across there. We're going to add a substation. Right under the rail line, right there. And that should make the connection there. Yeah, there we go. So now let's also make sure that we're just going to have them yield. We're not going to have this as a stop sign. Just go ahead and yield. If you're able to go, go. We need to speed up the traffic through here. Which so far they're able to spill out as they need to, which is great. I think these service roads to these high traffic areas have been a blessing. You don't want it on the main road. And now this isn't stopping traffic as they come through. You stay down if you want to go in here. You exit early if you want to go up into the mountain. Or you just stay on and you're going to go the way that you need to go without impedance. Look at that. Whoa, look at this backup though. So this guy is not able to reach the bypass route. Okay, so I'm wondering if I need to add another one here. Goes there and then hooks up to back there. Because we still have a lot of traffic coming through this station and we really don't want the freight trains to get stuck here. Let me see if adding a second line that goes all the way back here would be good. I don't know if their AI is checking that far ahead to see that they're going to be able to get through, though. No idea. We could experiment with it because it'd be good to know for the future. This guy's about full. This guy's got 2%. It's got 25 tons in it. This guy's got 17 tons in it. So it is getting used, but it's also getting emptied. So cutting off this from the freight traffic is exactly what we needed to do. There are a lot of dead people over here. Dead people at the bounce house. Got it. We have a cemetery as well as a crematorium over here. A couple crematoriums, actually. It seems like it's in use. We do have clinics up here too. Let's go ahead and make this a district now. We've been able to for a while, but then just kind of didn't. I'm going to make it where there's no freight traffic through here as well. It really needs to stay over in these areas, although it does already because it has no reason to come through here. Yeah. Vermont Heights, I wouldn't call it that. We're going to call this... we're going to call this Conifer Valley, maybe? I wanted to call it like the Bowl or something. We could call it literally Hollywood Valley. Because it's really what the industry is over here for. It is an industry town. Which you probably wouldn't have as a high density, though. Maybe you would. Maybe we'll have these two as high density and then these guys as low density. Maybe that's what we'll do. We don't need any more residential, though. We just want more industry, which, fuck them. If they want more industry, I'll give them more industry. We can export more money. I just want to make all the money. They want more commercial, too, so they should be. Dead person's waiting for transport. Well, there's the hearse. We have a lot of dead people over here. Why do we have so many dead people? There's a clinic right there. Huh. Oh, well, not my problem. They'll figure it out or they will die. It's up to them. Common.Mico has other things to focus on, like finances. There's a bottom line to protect. People can be replaced. Jobs can be replaced. Money cannot be replaced unless we do our jobs. Okay? And our job is to make more money. Man, I'm thinking having another industry loop out there, but I also want to use this loop right here. There we go. Let's take a look at the other factories that we could get put up here. Pulp mill for paper. Yeah, we're not doing anything with paper yet. Let's see if there's a higher level paper producer. No, the pulp mill. 6.4 thousand per week. It adds pollution, so it's definitely something we want to use sparingly. Yeah, this is just better. Raw forest products to produce paper. Yeah, this is probably something we'd put over here. Although, maybe not. Maybe it's something that we'd stick. The pollution is a concern. At 64... Yeah, at 64, this is 50% higher. So 2 of these to 3 of these. If we did 4 of these, we'd end up with 6. Could do that. Oh, we need to set a bakery, by the way. We can set our bakery factory over here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick before I forget. We can set our bakery right over here. Oh, it's a lot of pollution, dude. Holy shit. We're going to do a little bit of pollution into the... little bit of pollution over here, but it should be fine. Animal products, crops, and flour. The flour will have to be imported. We should be doing 150% if possible. This should work. Yeah, they got the forestry products over here. But this is crops. Flour and animal products. So the bakery doesn't need forestry at all. So it's all just made right here. Good deal. Good deal. So we're doing a little bit better than doubling right over here, which is good. The upkeep is about 600 a week. You probably could afford a second bakery. What's the production here? 5,800. What's the consumption here? I think we're keeping up with it. Let's keep an eye on it. We could always add more pastries in the future. Here we go. I like the idea that we add some paper mill over... Man, I'm thinking down in this area. We add 4 of the giant fields. Could even add them maybe on the back here. But we're making so many raw products that we're never quite empty, but I think we're also importing if we don't make enough. They just want more industry, dude. Let's give it to them. I think adding a road right there that goes around the rock could be good. It's a bit of a steep incline, but maybe even we just have a second loop that comes out here and loops on like this. Let's take a look at the topography. It's a little bit rough. It's a lot of incline, but I don't think it's impossible here. Let's go ahead and try our 4-lane industrial. Let's try and respect the topography a little bit. I mean, this is a really good addition for us. It's a very expensive road work to add, but keeping it about the midpoint there, we're going to be able to carve out all of this land for ourselves. Once we get up here, we know that it's something that we can just connect to again. So we can set up some big industry up here. Which I like the idea that we have a connection that goes down to like right there maybe, where it kind of just seesaws around until it gets up to this. I don't hate the idea that it's just right here because it's all going to come in and out of this road that feeds in right there, so it just loops back around to this. I think that's fine. We have this as another big loop, and then we can place stuff in here because this is mostly flat. I mean, if we look at the top here, it's mostly flat. We don't have that much topography to have to deal with once you get up here. Which is what the road is there to do, is to get us to that higher altitude without much of a too steep an incline. And once you're up here, you're right onto the... We build just on the inside of this little peanut shape. Yeah. Okay, I think that works. So we know that we want to do 4 of these big boys, which they're going to need to be in forestry areas, which we can always plant trees to make the forestry area more available. Not in an industry area. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. We have just this massive industry area. We don't know how big it's going to be yet, so we are just kind of blobbing it out until we have all the space claimed. And then from there, we're going to be able to move stuff around. Four of these. Let's add a Yumberlard up here. Let's also add one of these around here. We need to be adding a bunch of these, as well as maintenance buildings. Yeah, we'll need to come back in and place those in a minute. Large tree sapling field? Yeah, this is fine. And then we're going to do, let's see, pulp mill. Here's our lumber yard. We're going to do a large log yard right over here. And then from there, we're going to go pulp mill, and we know that we're going to need... Yeah, these can go right over here. This is going to be perfect. So, 4 to 3, so we need 6 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6. These are being placed in areas where there aren't a lot of trees, which is really, really good, because that means we're not taking away otherwise useful land. Should all be connected. Let's just make sure there's a connection here. We could add a substation to do that as well. Let's go ahead and get water routed as well. We want to keep an eye on our gauges over here. Keep an eye on our gauges, because if we start running into issues up here with these 3 resources, then yeah, it's going to be pretty rough. Let's go ahead and get this connected up here. There we go. No. We don't want to hear from the citizens. We give the citizens the Twitter so that they think that they have, you know, an outlet to actually say things, and then nobody looks at it. It's like we have a complaint line that goes to some poor, underpaid customer service rep, and then we don't actually listen to anything that they say when they write their reports. The reports just go into the void. They're actually automatically deleted on the server as soon as they're made. There we go. This is another area right over here where I think a water tower would be good. Because we don't really need it. But even a sewage treatment plant over here might make a little bit of sense. Where it's already polluted, you know? So then we should have another area right over here that's going to be for output. Which is going to be another little warehouse. I don't think a big one. I think this will be enough. Yeah, I think that could be good. And I'm tempted to put a road in right between here because I think that it might make a little bit of sense for us to have just an option. That just works out so well. Just to have an option not to have to do the entire loop if you want to go around. Okay, you are going to be for empty. You're going to be for paper. This paper can be outported here, and then you can just turn it back around and come back on up. All right, let's go ahead and think about getting some more of these other forestry buildings in here that are support buildings. So what does this do? Workers' barracks. Workers' barracks increases the work efficiency of the workers in the industry area. Each building increases the workers' efficiency by 5% up to a maximum of 100, which would double our output. Auxiliary buildings need to be placed inside the industry area. Okay, so what does this do? Maintenance buildings take care of industrial buildings, increasing their utilization rate and reducing wastage. Each maintenance building increases the storage capacity of the industrial buildings by 5%. For 200 a week, we can do that. This will pay for itself, every one that we place. Let's see if we can fit one in over here. Well, you know, I think we can. We just have to do a little bit of anarchy. They fit visually, and I think this is a good little spot to put them in, and for the same reason that we do want them. So we've got 3 placed. Got 3 placed. Let's see. I don't think they really have to be connected, but let's have a couple of these in every little area. You know, that's not bad right there. It's a little overlap with that building, but it doesn't actually clip, I think. It might do a little clipping. Let's just be a little bit more careful about that. We can have one across the street from here. We can have one in the middle, maybe a couple of them in the middle here. I do want 20 total, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. It's going to take some effort to get 20 of them in here, but we're going to try. Six, 7, 8. Let's go for 10 for now. And then as we decide we want more, we'll add more. We are ultimately going to have to add a line over here, unfortunately. We'd already kind of planned for it, though. We need electricity along there. We need water along this mid-road, which would always have been the case. We need... Oh, geez, our water lines are kind of fucked. That's okay. We'll leave them. Damn, dude. Let's go ahead and get our power lines connected. They're already mostly over here. They just need to go across the road here. Okay, so now those are both in. So we should have a 50% increase on our output, which means our logistics are going to be strained trying to get all that product moved. But we should be capable of handling it. Once we start to see significant traffic areas in this junction, that's when we're going to know that we need to move on to try something else or that we can't do anymore here. But I honestly just want to look out. We are 5-star. We're outporting like a motherfucker. We've got 14,000 over here, 19,000 over here. I think we're going to be sitting at least 10,000 constant profit, like at worst. We are going to be getting, like, we're never going to have any more industrial demand after this. We shouldn't. Because we're just going to be able to put more residential down, and it's just going to take care of it. We may even have more commercial demand, which is fine. But we've got all of this in here that's all going to be outported. We don't have any imports coming in taking money away from us. We are self-sufficient. All of our ratios are set up properly. So this is great. We got a big sale right there for 36,000 out. This is just working out really well. Meanwhile, this over here is doing all of our imports and exports. This is taking all of our mid-city imports and exports. They're actually delivering timber over here, which then gets on the highway by the looks of it, which I don't hate that idea. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. We don't have trucks on this big road, so they're moving more quickly. I'm okay with that ultimately. It works. It works, and that's what matters. And our highway is totally fine. Our highway is not dealing with a lot of issues right now. It might make sense for us to turn this into an overpass that actually connects to the highway. Because we'd have to skip and go all the way down there to do it, or we'd have to do it here. But being able to do it on either side would make a lot of sense, because they can go here and then get on the highway. I suppose they could do it that way. And they are. Look at them. All these freight trucks going all at the same time. That's a nightmare if you're on the highway, is to have to deal with that, but our highway is so clear. And I don't know if that's just because we've invested so much into our public transport that our highways end up being clear. Our roads look fairly clear, apart from the central downtown. The central downtown is the only area that looks like it has any real traffic on it. These bus routes are a nightmare. Just because I did 4-lane roads instead of 6. That's a problem. In the future, we'll know that we need to leave these able to expand out to a 6-lane road. All of our main roads right now are still 4. I'd love to be able to get them into be real arterial options. But I'm telling you, oh my God. Murder solved that problem, but that was a proper jam. Yeah, this loop is too tight. Okay, I know what I'm going to do here. You have to die. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. This loop is too tight. What needs to happen is this needs to then go up onto a bridge and connect out this way. It needs to be allowed to make a direct connection that doesn't intersect with anything else. This is also an issue where it's trying to get into here. There needs to be a bypass route that people from up here can get through, but man, the amount of freight we're pushing through is insane. This is something that needed to be planned for better. I may make it where they just can't do a U-turn. I think that may solve our problems, actually. We just need to watch it for a minute, see what happens. You definitely should go visit the bakery tomorrow, Kat. Absolutely. Yeah, I like this song. Fucking bananas. These trucks are returning after having deposited all of their stuff out of city. Most of them look empty, but these are some... Yeah, there goes a bunch of forestry freight. I'm wondering if I have a train station that is just direct service to the highway. Like down here. It's just on-ramp, off-ramp to the other side. It does an overpass and that's it. We do just a freight train station right over here that is just that. Just get it out of the city, directly out of the city as quickly as possible. Even do it down here, man. We could even do it right down here. This would be a great spot to do it. We just do a basic T-junction that just does a service road right here, and then it goes up and over and then loops back in this way. And then this one just comes in like that, and it's a one-way. A conjunction to go straight, a conjunction to go over and return, but they're all one-way on-ramps onto the service road. We do it right here, because these trains are able to come through here, no problem. And they're right on the edge, too. This would get them out of the city. This highway's not connected to ours, though. And I don't think it's going to be. But this would give us a freight train service for this bottom highway. That may lower some of the traffic by filtering it to stop here instead of stopping up here, where this becomes the main central train station hub. Which so far looks like it's handling a little bit better. But this stays busy, doesn't it? Wow. Holy shit, it stays busy. Holy mother of God. There's just so much to have to think about. But our money, doing pretty good. Turns out forestry was the answer for sure. Can people stop fucking dying over here, please? Thanks. Imagine your bouncy castle becomes one of the biggest hotspots for people fucking dying. Yeah, worker efficiency is 150%. That's great. We do want to do some landscaping eventually, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Okay. We have clinics set up. We have fire stations set up. We have police stations set up. We should probably get some elder care over here. It needs to be on the outside or it's just not going to reach anybody. Just by the nature of these being one-ways. Put our elder care right by the... I was trying to put these power lines far back enough that they wouldn't be an issue. But they are, in fact, still an issue. Yeah, I'm not seeing a place to put this that isn't going to cause some trouble. Or be useless. We could put one right up here. Redo those power lines. Put one right down here. Redo those power lines. Or not, because they look like they're connected anyway, you know? This area is going to blow up a little bit. As far as childcare now, let's also do childcare right next to it. And for the same reason, we're just going to do one on either side. We've got death care, elder care, childcare. I think we've got all of that. Yeah, these buildings are going to go up real fast. There's one service they're missing, and I'm not sure what it is. Yep, got them underground power lines now. You connect to the building, you go underground, the buildings connect to each other. It's really nice. Yeah, our money should go even higher now because our citizens are still going to be paying us quite a bit of money. There isn't a lot of traffic. I don't even need a bus route here. These people just don't even go anywhere. What is this? Garbage is piled up. We have a recycling center right over here. Well, it's their problem. They'll figure it out. There we go. Forestry truck. Is that Thunder or one of my neighbor's asshole cars? Oh, it is. There's Thunder. Nice. Oh, hell yeah. It's time for some really nice spring rains. Oh. Very good. I barely can hear it because I got my headphones in. Okay, so the Hollywood production, man. We'd make a lot more money if we turned off 45,000. Look at all the plain timber we've taken out. Whoa. Holy shit. This is working well. Very nice. Oh. This is working out very nice. It's not perfect, and I kind of like that it's not perfect. I like that it's a little bit messy. It almost looks like a situation where they tried to fix things later on. As the city grew, they had to make concessions and try and figure out things, and they just added more rails and hoped that it would solve it, you know? Better throughput by not having those traffic jams. And so far, I think that that's exactly what's worked. Probably need to bypass over here because we've only got the one lane going through. If anything stops here, it backs up. Man. Today's a great day to go sit on the porch with a glass of tea. Just enjoy the smell of the rain. Oh. Yeah, bakery's doing pretty good. Per week, it's making about 7,000. We're paying about 3,500 for the material costs, but we're not importing any of it, so that should be pure alpha. I mean, money I don't think has gone red in a very long time. So we're back to making fucking mundo bucks. How's university doing? About hovering about this much. Not terrible. I see people using the metro line. It's not bad. hanging out here. I'm very happy with our city. And the noise pollution continues to be an issue. And I think apart from planting trees illegally, I don't know how I'm going to fix that. Having this metro station and bus station right there is indeed an issue. I think if you're going to live in this particular building, you just got to accept that that's going to be how you live. It's just going to be nasty. Citizens are no longer sick. Citizens are staying sick over here, though. Do I have... Because I don't see this one getting fixed. Is there a policy I could put in here that may help with noise? Let's just take a look at the overlay. It's not really that bad. It's focused to the train station, sure. It's focused around this traffic area, but there's a buffer. It should be insulated. There is a little... Yeah, there's a bit of noise pollution right there that one building is producing. This one building right here is producing it, a restaurant. Ah, because we put some commercial down here. I see. We put some high-density commercial. This restaurant, though, is really bad. If we were to delete this restaurant, you need to be high density as well. Like, here's the problem. Commercial, leisure. Oh, it is a leisure building. Okay. So let's go ahead and take the Southwest Corridor and do for policies. Let's go ahead and NIMBY. They'll close for the night. That's not going to happen. They're fine with it. They stopped complaining. People are gonna, yeah, people living like right in here, yeah, I can see that being a problem. But this, it looks like it's a leisure focused, but damn, this bus stop right here is a nightmare. Man, buses seem like they help a lot to get the cars off the street, but man, do they back up real hard. They back up super hard. It's a front, it must be. It absolutely must be. I think it's time we finished off some terracing, y'all. Don't think we need terracing on this side. I like the fence work on it. I think this side needs a terrace, though. That's pretty significant. Let's go ahead and finish off our terracing, at least in some of the areas. Here we go. Get this guy. Turn on anarchy. The bird becomes angry. I think we are just going to start it right over here. And I think we're just going to have it be a straight boy. Right across like that. Get it lowered a little bit, taper it on the end here. So it matches up with that sidewalk a little bit. We just have to taper it on the ends and to make sure that it's connected flush. I love that we have a bit of tree line here. I'm going to go ahead and plant some... We're going to do a little bit of our landscaping. Just a little bit. We've got a nice terrace that's going there. We honestly could push it back about halfway and have a little bit above and a little bit of below to be able to plant stuff, but let's just get some trees across the top. And I think these are adlers or alders. Adlers? Adlers. Alders? They're alders. I'm pretty sure they're alders. I think they're medium trees, too, if I'm not mistaken. Horse chestnuts. Leafy tree. Is it these guys? I feel like it's these guys. Let's get a nice line of these guys. Oh, I hear the rain on my window. Nice. Yeah, those are good. Those are great. Yeah, those are the same tree. Looking fantastic. Doesn't have to be exact. You know, trees aren't always going to want to be exact for you. But getting them added in, that's going to be good. We're going to add a line of grasses and flowers as well. We definitely want some trees along this area. Maybe along the bottom even. No, because we got that line of treed tree-lined streets there. Yeah, this side doesn't get the terrace. I don't think I want the terrace on that side. This side, I kind of like not having the terrace. I kind of like this was an old part of town before we knew terracing was a thing, and they just put up the retaining walls, and that was it. This, though, Apollo Square, terraced. Absolutely getting terraced. Absolutely is getting the really nice terraced edge. Can't do it without it. It's gonna be a little wiggly though, and I'm okay with that. It's gonna make the lower area here a lot easier to manage. There we go. Got a little bit close to the street, so we're gonna raise this up a little bit. Or at least pull it back so that the street has a bit of an edge there. It's a little rough on that part right there, but I think it's okay. Let's bring this up a tiny bit. Until that ridge goes away. There we go. There, look how clean that is now. So much better. So much better. There we go. Okay, so we now need to get it on this other side, which I think we're going to terrace probably up on this right side and then pull it back, even if it doesn't really have much of an altitude change. There we go. I'm loving the terracing, man. This is just so much fun to me. Yeah, follow that edge there. Here we go. It doesn't need to have a big height difference, really, and I don't mind that there's a little bit of a cliff that goes into it. We just want this wherever that plateau ends. We want to line it up and make it look like it was something that was invested in to stay solid. So there we go. Let's just pat this a little bit. Give it a little bit of a pet. So it goes into the ground there right on the edge. And it's just there to make sure that these foundations are set. We can add buildings along here now if we wanted to. I'm just so happy with Apollo Square at night when it's all lit up. I think it's just one of the crown jewels of the city. Absolutely gorgeous. And we could put parks over here. I really think that we should try and increase the land value. So let's do this. Let's add some parks in here. Let's add some plazas as well. I honestly think this is the perfect place for the Paradox Plaza, which I'd like to just have one in the city. Can have one of these on either side of it. Just a big old park plaza for these guys in Apollo Square here. I think increasing the land value even further. Yeah, I feel very good about that. And as we look at it now, I mean, there's definitely an area to drive up in the back. This front area looks fine. It definitely looks like, yeah, very nice. I think that's so much better than just having that rough edge. Sitting in those trees near the terrace would be excellent. Oh, we're going to plant some more trees. There's a back area back here, and over here is where you can get some of the natural tree line if you want it. And you know what, villain, just for you. Not that, not the speeding fucking emergency vehicle. Right over here. Gonna make a nice little cozy area right back here. Let's check the view. I think this is a good little spot right here. There we go. Why are there so many people having fucking emergencies? Chill. Relax. Just have a little sitting area just for Billin. I mean, Billin and literally everyone else who wants to come over and sit here, but just this little area right in the trees. Jesus! They're just doing fucking donuts around Apollo Square in the ambulance. No, just you? Okay. Like, sit right here. The sun's not in your face. It's nice and cool. You're high up. I swear to God that ambulance is just doing donuts around Apollo Square because they can. Yeah, look at him. The fucker. Yeah, looking good, man. Looking real good. I'm very pleased with the terrace going up on Apollo Square. This is an area where I would expect there to be a terrace as well. Let's go ahead and add it. This one's going to be a little bit rough. We didn't terrace on the other side, but we will on this one. This one's going to be a little careful with this one because we don't want to destroy their houses. We don't care about their houses. We just don't want to have to deal with the litigation process, which we would win because we literally can't lose. However, it is still a pain in the ass. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. Right up on the sidewalk there, a nice clean edge. This needs to be adjusted here. Hello? There we go. That was the smallest, saddest little ambulance. There we go. What is with all the emergencies? Holy shit. But now you've got the road up to Apollo Square lined with, oh, this end bit needs to go up a bit. Hold on. Apollo Square has become like hospital destination to the city. Also, this needs to connect into the back of this building for sure. Just like that. Okay, let's try it. Terracing is temporary. Ambulances are forever. Apparently they are just doing donuts around Apollo Square. Look at this as you're coming up. You got that beautiful terrace on the left to make everything feel solid. You got this nice rustic side on the other one that you can look into people's backyards with a nice little garden that I put down there before, by the way. Here we go. Is that a crematorium? Please tell me that's not a fucking crematorium right there. It is. We could plant some stuff right along here too. There we go. Got a couple buses going through. Tree-lined streets. As you're coming up, here's your Apollo Square. God, I would love to see this at nighttime. This would be gorgeous at night. On your way to the business center, and you can see the big Statue of Wealth there. In the distance as you're driving in, this is what you see before you do your little U-turn right here. Oh, I love it. I love it. The terracing, man. Once we got the key on our key, man, just turned around. Because the terracing that we were doing before was not nice. It was very much not nice. But now that we've been able to get the key walls where we want them, we've been able to make these beautiful terraces and have just a multi-level city that just feels right. Here, I definitely want to add a key wall again along this line. So let's go ahead and get that ridge there. We were finally negative for a minute. Wow. I didn't see that coming. There we go. Just get it at about the midpoint. It's really all we're looking for. We want a little bit of grass above, a little bit of grass below. We'll have to come in and adjust these heights almost certainly. But it's okay. Let's go ahead and adjust some of the altitudes here. There we go. I think that's good. Let's just check on this side and see how the heights look. I'm looking at that little ridge right there, that little bright little ridge. It's a step up, but it doesn't need to be like this. This is ridiculous. A little step up, not a problem. Anything like that, though, that's not going to be acceptable. I like to bring it right flush to the sidewalk here. There we go. Perfect. Now we've got another great little terrace, and it doesn't take any time at all to put one in. We used to do it where it was tailored perfectly to the edge of the sidewalk, but I don't think we need to do that. I think that there is some value in leaving a little bit of grass on either side. Yeah, looking good. I don't think there's any other terracing issues that we need to do. Over here, we didn't terrace at all because we didn't care if there was a mudslide. These people are prisoners, and in this city, when you lose your citizen status, you lose your status of caring if you live. Enjoy lunch, Liquid. There we go. We did some terracing as well as a theme park. We wanted to try and keep the natural topography as much as we could, but then terrace and flatten out each of these tiers to create basically a cake city. Yeah, and it all started with the Riverside Park here, or Riverwalk Park, which was one of the first places we added a key, and I'm not really satisfied with this, but we kind of had to move on. I wanted to add a key wall here near the bottom, but we did along the top in a lot of these places. This was a beautiful one that we added, right there by the orphanage. I want to add one here in front of this as well, just to be sure that it's established. That if you were to drive off the sidewalk for some reason, you would not end up in the river, unfortunately. So we're going to add the key wall all the way from back here, actually. There we go. I'm keeping it about parallel to the road, but 1 unit out. And here we're going to be doing some altitude changes for sure. Oh, beautiful, Wayne. Yeah, there we go, because that's going to make that feel a lot more solid once it gets in there. This whole thing was added. It was specifically put into the city in a way that it would be able to sit sustainably on this cliff face. Let's fix that road. Take a look at it from this side, because that will help us see once we've become even and possibly even gone too high. Some buildings are leveling up. That's nice. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just looking for areas of really big discrepancy. Here even, I think it's going to be a little bit high. Let's go ahead and take this node down a little bit. There we go. We could take this node all the way over to the street and raise it up a bit so it's flush. And there we go. It also helps create a face to our tunnel. And I know civilians can theoretically walk along it, but I've never seen them actually do it. It really just is a visual, hey, we're cutting out of the cliff to make sure that we have sufficient retention of everything above it. These foundations are going to be set. There we go. Just beautiful. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else that needs a terrace wall. Let's just take a look. The Apollo Square terraces were the big ones that I wanted to get in, and we did. I can't wait. In the next city, I want to focus on walkways. I want to focus on walkways, and I want to focus on bigger roads, walkways, much more public transit, even more than we have. But I really want to get public transit down. I want to really understand it. I just love it. $1.35 for Thai takeout. You never cook anymore. Hell yeah, man. You're living the dream, dude. It's a shame no one uses the bridge because it goes over the quay wall, and I think that breaks their pathing. They also don't arrive by bus very much, and if they do, they take the bus for the most part. Yeah, they go down here. They wait for the bus. We're down money, but I think that's just the confluence of all of our industry not paying out for the moment. 28,000, 14,000 over here for paper. We're importing a little bit of a tree. Apparently, we're using more than is being delivered, but that's okay. It's the only time we're ever going to lose money is if we're importing tree for some reason. Unfortunately, these warehouses, let me show you. These warehouses have 3 options for storage mode. It's either balance, fill, or empty. Balance is going to try and keep it at 50%. If one of your industry buildings takes out of it, it's going to order more. Or if you go above 50, it's going to sell it and export it. Empty says keep it at 0. Fill says keep it full. There isn't an option that says fuck off, don't touch it. I wish there was an option that said fuck off, don't touch it. because I don't want you to buy more just because I went under 50% on my logs. I don't want you to buy more. Leave it there until these are filled. Process what is produced. Don't buy it. Don't import it just to process it and sell it back again. We'll still make a profit, but it's annoying. It's not what I want you to do. There we go. A production of 17,000 units per week. Look at that. Yeah, I think this ended up looking really nice. Let's go ahead and raise this node up in particular just a little bit. I almost want there to be a bit of an incline from the street to this. Look at that. Dude, the windmill is just going for it. People are going to look at it and be like, is that a ride? Nope. I mean, yes, I'll strap you to it if you want, but you're going to regret it. I don't know how to stop it. We're just going to have to kind of throw you in. We'll cover you in Velcro. This is covered in Velcro. We'll just have to kind of like toss you on and hope you stick and don't get bonked off and die. And then when the wind stops, we'll come grab you. There we go. Look at most of these buildings turned out to be the same structure. I love them though. Looks like these guys must have upgraded just recently. I'm just so happy with our city. I am definitely getting to a point where I'm just about happy to put it down. We're profitable. We've made $1 million just since we stopped touching this. We're making a ridiculous amount of money. We got about a 32,000 population. We got a finished amusement park, which is, I hope, it's 5-star. It's definitely seeing people. Visitors this week, 1. Oh. Fuck it, let's make it free. We're not here to make money on this park. We're here to make people happy. Man. We never really did finish this. But man, I feel so good about some of the things we created here. Yeah. Damn, Liquid. Yeah, you definitely invested. That's why I say you live in the dream is you made it happen. There we go. I don't think we can put a second one of these up, but I don't think it will allow us to either. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this city. Can you see from down here? Oh God, please. Can you see the forest industry from down here? God, look at that just in the distance. This is fucking beautiful. This is over at the university. We're right in front of it now. I'm curious if I can get just the right angle to be able to see the forestry in the distance. Probably not. Getting closer ain't going to help it either. Yeah, you can see it just up there on the skyline, these buildings. They are polluting, but they're not ugly. They're definitely interesting. I think they show that something is happening over in the distance. Just be happy, forehead. That's right, kitty. Fucking panda, bitch. All right. Man. I don't have like another project that I want to do. I am going to release this. I'm satisfied with this city. I'm happy with this city. I think I'm definitely at that point where I don't want to start another project. I am satisfied with what we've accomplished here. And I think we've accomplished a lot. This is my first city. I've learned a lot. I am ready to start a second city and see what we can do there. So those of you on YouTube, I'm going to include in the description probably a Google Drive link to the save file. I don't know how to communicate to you what mods I do and don't have. Just load it. Just fucking good luck. I'm sorry. I didn't prepare to share this. I didn't think I would be. I thought it was going to crash and burn. I didn't think it would end up becoming what it is now, which is, I think, a very healthy and sustainable city. Speedrun 100K population for the next city. I think we're definitely going to go larger scale next city. So a couple things I wanted to do. I wanted to do an airport over here. I wanted to do an actual university district over here, campus district. I wanted to do another downtown metropolis down here that maybe spilled over to this into some suburbs on the hills with, of course, terracing. I wanted to do a zoo back here with more terracing like we did here, but just a gigantic fucking zoo. I wanted to move a lot of our utilities down here and create suburbs over here that's kind of like the population that serves the park. Maybe another small industry area for fishing could have been done down here because we got a really nice chill area to come fish down over here, that if we put a population over here for industry, we could put the fishing industry itself down here. And they have to drive past the park every day to get down to work. Or maybe that's what this island is that they live here with the utilities that just serve that community. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. There's a lot that I want to still do with the city, but I also feel like there's a time at which we should start a new city. Knowing what I know now, the shit that I have in my head that I want to do, I think it's going to be great. I got some ideas. Some things I want to experiment with, some lessons we've learned. Trolley buses are really cool, but they have to be done in very specific areas where you never want to get above 4-lane roads, and they are going to create a lot of traffic for themselves. They're going to save traffic, but they themselves, if you need more than maybe 5 or 6 buses, you're going to be in trouble. I think for the size city we have, though, I think we avoided traffic catastrophes. We just could never quite get this figured out. Trying what we did with underground walkways, I want to focus so much more on pedestrian foot traffic. This is still never being used, but honestly, I just love that it's down here. People are using these, though, which is great. And I love that we can check that. Are people actually using it? Yes, great. I think it's just fantastic. I'm very happy with Suckfuckville. My very first city in City Skylines, I think I've done very well with. If I have to say so myself, we didn't crash and burn. We didn't have a massive implosion in our city. I'd almost be willing to turn on catastrophes next time and have to actually evacuate people in when there's like a meteor or some shit. I'm not sure what we want to do. Maybe you guys let me know in the comments what you would do differently next time to make this city even better. And if somebody does take the save file and play with it, I want to see. I want to see for sure. I've had such a fantastic time with this, but I'm going to go on break and we're going to come back with some Core Keeper, play for another couple hours, and then enjoy our rest of our evening. So I'll see you guys then. I'll be back. BRB.